Okay, I wanted to show you, I thrifted this really big cutting board decor. It's not really a cutting board, it's just cut to look like one. And it's cute, but it's really not like my style that I want right now. So I have this paper from one of Sonnet's Makers boxes, and it's like an ironstone picture kind of, or like a vintage picture, and I think it's really pretty. So I am going to decoupage this paper on here. But I wanted to show you, do you see this banner right here with the words? It matches up perfectly to the words on this paper. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to paint in the word part and leave the banner, and when I'm painting the rest, and then I will show you what I'm talking about. I'll go ahead and paint this and show you what I'm not going to paint. So I'm just going to be using the Waverly chalk style paint in the color Plaster to do my painting. Okay, so I hope you can see this good. So this is the part that I did not paint. It's not perfect, but the decoupage paper is going to cover up most of it anyway. So I want to show you what I'm talking about really quick. If I line that up with the banner, it's going to be something like that. Hopefully you can see that in the camera, and you can just see the outline of the banner. And then I got to thinking, when I put that on there, that I thought this looks kind of new for what I'm going for. So I would like to have a little bit of crackle on my picture. So what I did, what I'm going to do, is I have the Iron Orchid Designs Crackle stamp. I think this is the first one that came out. It's just like one big piece of crackle. But I'm going to look where my picture is laying on my cutting board, and I'm going to take the crackle stamp and I'm going to crackle on my paint. So let me see if I can show you that real quick. Okay, so what I'm going to do is take first of all, I'm going to try the StazOn ink in the Stone Gray. And I'm just going to ink up a small little section of my stamp here. I don't want to get it on my paint that I just painted. Okay, so now I'm going to put that paper back down and kind of judge where that picture is going to lay. Okay, so it's going to be like right in this area. So I'm going to pull my paper back a little bit, and I am going to just put like a crackle stamp right there, like that. I don't know what this is going to look like, and if I don't like it, I can paint over. But let's see if we can see that underneath our paper. We can, just a little bit. Can you see that? Okay, I'm loving this. That will make it look a little bit older, and then I don't have to do the crackle, like the two-step crackle process all over this piece. It can just be on the picture. So I am going to do this in a couple more places. We can just do it together, I guess. Trying not to get like that corner in there like I did last time. Okay, so I want it to be up in this area now. So I'm just going to take my stamp, hope for the best. If there's a part that I don't like, I will just paint over. Okay, let's see how that looks. You can see it but not as good as that one, but you can still see it. So I'm gonna do a couple more places on here. Actually, I'm gonna try the jet black ink and see if that will work better. Just be a little bit darker. Can never have too much crackle on our ironstone, right? Okay, so I want that to be right in this area. And I already forgot where I inked my stamp. So, okay, I want it to be like right in this area. So let's see if I can do that. Like right about here, I think. Okay, that might be too much, but that's okay. We can paint it. I dropped my paper, so hold on a moment, please. Okay, so I have the paper. Let me line it up with the banner because that's most important. Okay, so it's a little bit darker. I do like it. I do like it's just barely there, but you can see it. So I'm probably going to put just a little bit more right down here. I'm going to use the black. I like using both because that makes some of them lighter than others and some of the crackle darker than others. I think if you had like the smaller stamp even, that might be a little bit easier to do this. Okay, let's see what happens. Let me line it up again with my banner up here. Yeah, I can see it. I like it. We'll see what it looks like after it gets decoupage on there. Okay, so I'm gonna let it stays on ink, so it dries pretty quickly, but I just want to make sure before I do my decoupage. So I'm gonna let it dry for a little bit and then I'll start the decoupage. Okay, I am going to be using the Dixie Belle clear coat flat again, and so I want to put that right here because that's the most important place that I want lined up. I want that banner to be, I want those words to be in that banner as close as possible. So let's see how this goes. I'm going to have to piece this part up here, and that'll be fine. But I want to get these words right where they need to go in that banner. Oh yeah. Let's see. I need to move it over just a little bit this way. A little bit more. Okay, so that's pretty good. It's pretty centered. Hopefully the rest of it is centered. And you can see that banner. Oh, I'm gonna have to move it. I think it'll be okay. I'm very close to the edge there, but there's a little rim and it's right on that rim. So I think I'm gonna be okay. Okay, so you can see that you can see the banner underneath the words. So I'm hoping that you're going to be able to see that crackle. So I'm going to continue decoupaging and I will show you what it looks like. I do want to show you really quick. I'm going to mist, just barely mist my paper. Hopefully you can see that. Yeah, I'm barely misting my paper. I feel like with the recycled paper, that works just a little bit better and helps with some of those wrinkles. So I just wanted to show you that I'm doing that really quick. Okay, so my decoupage paper dried and I went around the edges with my finger sander and got off all the excess paper, but I have this part right here that I need to fix. So what I'm going to do is I have torn 3 pieces of the decoupage paper that I sanded off the edges of this piece, and I am just going to piece them on there, and I'm going to use my top coat, and I'm hoping it's not going to look, sorry, my head might be in the camera there. I'm hoping it's not going to look too bad because the piece kind of looks distressed anyway. The paper, I mean. So hopefully this will be okay. Just look like it's part of the paper maybe. We'll see. If it doesn't turn out, if it turns out really bad, then I will try to do something else, but for now I'm gonna try this. And I just need that little bitty piece right there, and then I'll sand all that extra off. So yeah, I don't know. We'll see what that looks like when it dries. Kind of overlapping there a little bit. I don't know, maybe it'll just look more like wood of a cutting board or something. I don't know. Okay, I'm gonna let this dry and see what it looks like when it dries, and then I'll go from there. But I love the way the crackle turned out. Let me show you that really quick. I absolutely love it. Now I haven't watched the part where I did the crackling, but somehow I got ink over here. So be very careful if you try this, and but somehow I got ink on my paper, but I'm going to leave it for now and just, you know, it's just going to be like part of the paper, part of the look. But I wanted to show you the crackle. I love it. I am so happy with this. So let's let this dry, and then I will see what I can do with it. Okay, so this is what the decoupage paper looks like before adding the crackle underneath. And then this is what it looks like with the crackle. Can you see the difference? I think it makes a really big difference. Let me see if I can zoom in just a little bit for you so you might be able to see that crackle a little bit better. I think it looks really awesome. Let me know what you think. Okay, so here is the finished cutting board decor. There's all that crackle goodness. And I even like the top part where I had to piece it together. It looks very natural looking to me, and I like it. So this can just set up on a countertop, or you could hang it as wall decor. I think it turned out beautiful. I hope I inspired you to maybe do something a little bit different with your stamps and decoupage paper. And thank you so much for watching today, and I hope you have a great day.